Yeah, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hashim Saiboko. I'm the headmaster of Ihsan Islamic Secondary School in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The school began in 2016 with Form 1 students. Now it's 2019. We have got Form 4 students, the last bench of O-level SEICO. Currently, a number of students is 350. That is regard to the name of the school and the number of the students we have. It is a girls and the boys school, and it follows the national curriculum. Secondly, with regard to maybe objectives, one of the objectives of establishing Ihsan Islamic Secondary School is to prepare students who will become future leaders of our country, and of course the other entities of the world, talking of the global world. So we can say similar to we are preparing leaders here. So we have taken initiatives to make sure that our way of relating to students, our way of giving them services requires that we build students' confidence, we build good communication skills between the students themselves and between students and management, and between students and teachers. And we have taken many initiatives and programs to make sure that the students are getting time to express their opinions are being valued, and all this. And we have made it clear to students through different ways. The school poem explains the objectives of the school. And there is a good general understanding of the students, the parents, and the teachers about the mission of the school, the vision of the school. And what we do tries to define the mission of the school. With regard to FIRSTedu, which we are talking of, the 21st century teaching methods, which is with regard to making students the center of learning. Myself and Mr. Baraka here, we got a training for about 2 years with regard to making students the center of learning. And before that, we had already started talking about student-centeredness in teaching and learning. So we were already seated in circles in our classes to show that teachers were supposed to be facilitators, but we had a clear understanding of how to carry out the teaching that would make teachers facilitators rather than lecturers. So when we got the opportunity to attend the Roots program, that's where we came out with a clear way of how actually to organize the teaching in a way that the teacher becomes the facilitator. With the first framework, we were able to know what teachers should do, how they could prepare their lessons through the LXD, the planning of the lesson, and the LXDF, the learner experience facilitation. So after this, after the training, and actually during the training, we even made our claims as clear as possible to every single teacher here that we are going to now make sure that teaching is becoming learner-centered rather than teacher-centered. And we started implementing the part of last year, 2018, but very firmly in 2019 when we said we should do this. And of course, we faced resistance from students, from teachers, and from parents who actually were getting influence from their children that the way now the school is teaching, now we are not understanding all the things. But because we were focused and firm enough to stand with the policies, and because we believed in the changes that we would be able or the impact that we would be able to get from this new way of teaching, we remained adamant. And we made it clear to the parents that if you don't want to follow the way we teach, then you can choose to take your child into another school. And we told the students, if you don't want to follow the way we teach, you tell your parents to move you into another school. And we told the teacher that if you don't want to follow the way we are doing, you can go. And in the process, we lost about 4 teachers until it became clear to others that this is something that is firm and is a decision made with the understanding. So now we have all the teachers organized. Teachers now are rallying behind this new way of teaching. So what did we do? Actually, during the time of training, where we are going to Kuala Lumpur and come back, we are doing some practice. Then we are doing this practice inside the school here, like Boto and what the metaphor, Boto and Cap. The teachers will understand the concept of what maybe prior knowledge, for example, we have to start from what learners know to where they don't. Then the concepts of this continuous assessment in the classroom, as we are teaching you assessment for learning, for that matter. They even started knowing assessment for learning when we were doing our practices. So they also started to know the concept of learner-centered, different from teacher-centered classes. And of course, it's like that metaphor is very, very, very powerful. So they started getting it. Now, when we finished the wave 2, and we were now allowed to come and do the first year to transfer, then we decided that we are doing the first year transfer here to all the teachers. So we trained all the teachers, and Dr. Baraka, one of the events where we invited Dr. Baraka to come here to help us with the training. And actually he added a lot of value because he came here with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And actually my teachers were very happy to have Dr. Kondo with us when we were training them. And now it has become a culture. So what will have happened now after that one is that we see that parents are giving us feedback. That, my son now at home, he can give us, as a member of now a family, we can sit together, he can discuss, he can give his opinions, he's not feeling shy, they are not afraid of talking, and all the things. And actually the students are also saying, this is good because we are now no longer sleeping in the classroom, because in the past they used to sleep because they were not engaged. Now they're engaged, they are no longer sleeping, so they can see the difference between then and now. But because our school is new, the big impact that we see is the academic achievement. We see that even our honorary students, they're able to perform well than they could be able to perform if we are using lecture methods. The performance is good, very good actually. And we are telling the parents with confidence that if your son is not able to perform here in Ihsan, he cannot be able to perform well anywhere else, because of the measures that we have, the teacher-student ratio, the size of the class, the way we relate to the students, the way our teachers teach. All these things make students have more opportunity here to learn from his fellow students, from the materials, from the teachers, do consultation out beyond the teacher who is teaching the subject than anywhere else.